Welcome to the Sub-Zero Sorcerer, a crit-fueled, ward-layered, teleport-dancing powerhouse that turns high corruption into a highlight show. Let's crack the ice and step inside.
どこから行こうか
At its core, this is a high-mana, core-scaling spell engine built around rapid momentum and layered protection. It doesn't just deal massive damage, it shapes the flow of combat. What makes this build so fun and special to play isn't just how it hits like a truck or brushes off danger, it's how every part of it clicks together like a well-rehearsed dance routine. Every move flows into the next, and if you nail the timing, the results are simply spectacular. Cast a Glacier? Congrats! Now you're shielded. Start moving on? Hey, more damage. Teleport mid-sprint? You just ice the mob, gain some momentum, and probably confuse your enemy's AI. And if you ever stop for a breather, even that is a power move. Enjoy that juicy ward regen while you're at it, my guy. This is a build that rewards you for doing everything, and even nothing. With style, we are not here just to survive the endgame. We are here to outplay it. Let's dig out the chilling tools in our kit that turns enemies into statues, and statues into shattered dust. This is your spear of ice that shatters the battlefield. Each cast of Glacier triggers a chain of icy detonations, with every explosion hitting harder than the last. Better yet, it refunds mana on cast, and if you secure a kill, you'll double dip into that refund. That's not just efficiency, that's spell casting with cashback.
Money, this money, that profit will make me wallet fat.
You'll fly through the entire map without giving your mana bar a second thought, unlike your bills. Furthermore, Glacier hits harder against rares and bosses, so even on low mana, you can keep spamming like you are casting spells straight from a black Amex. Limitless, reckless, and absolutely over the top. Volcanic Orb sets the stage, staggering packs, applying chill, smoldering anything chunky on the map, and forcing enemies to dance through burning ground they never asked for. It starts off as a flickering flame, tossing harmless shards, but give it a few upgrades for more damage, cold conversion for better scaling with our gear, and suddenly, it's a frosty wrecking ball. The only problem? This thing guzzles mana like a spellcaster at happy hour. So stack mana efficiently, and use it responsibly, or your mana pool will vanish faster than the mobs you delete. This is a hailstorm in motion. If Glacier is the hammer, Ice Barrage is the icy breath that keeps the pressure on. It's a relentless stream of shards that chew through enemies, lasts a while, but most importantly, it buffs your other skills and even give you armor against cold damage. While it's active, you're not just dealing damage, you are amplifying your entire kit. Flame Ward is the heat behind your shield, the firewall between you and death. When everything goes wrong, Flame Ward makes it right. It's your safety net, your reactive armor, and your emergency escape plan all wrapped into a fiery instant. In a world of frost, this is the one moment the fire fights for you. This isn't just an escape, it's a performance. A 1 second vanish that turns chaos into calm. You are not just dodging hits, you're bending time, resetting threat, and supercharging your next cast. That moment you reappear, you're faster, safer, and refounding mana like you're gaming the system. Every blink is a mic drop, and the battlefield, just your stage. Here's how the symphony plays out. You blink into chaos, chrono wrap hits, and now, you're untouchable while prepping your next hit with speed. Glacier lands like a note of symphony, the screen flashes, enemies freeze mid-swing, and then in silence, snow, and shadow remains. Ice Barrage flows as you dance through danger, damage uninterrupted, and push to the limits. If the heat rises, Flame Wars ends us with a pulse of survival. Run into a rare, a boss, or anything too proud to kneel before you, toss a couple of volcanic orbs their way, then watch them choke on molten regret. And between waves, keep your teleport uptime to zoom through the map. Master the tempo, and you're not just casting, you are conducting. This build doesn't just use gear, it orchestrates it. These aren't just items, they are instruments in a legendary ensemble. Unstable Core gives us a chunk of mana, plus level to our skills, and a mountain of raw spell damage. And with Orion's Eye, we bulk up our mana bar, and brush off damage over time like we are wearing a suit from the gods. This is the command center of the build, flipping on Chrono Warp like a cheat code. It cramps up our cast and movement speed by up to 35%, scales our spell damage off of how fast we are flying, and supercharges our mana pool for good measure. With red rings, we stack attributes, flat damage resistance, and easily cap all our resistances. Blood Mage Gloves helps us leech health, spike our crit chance, and gives us just enough breathing room to survive boss mechanics that will flatten lesser mages. Be sure to roll armor shred on these, otherwise your damage in high tier content will vanish like a fart in the desert. Twisted Heart converts your life into layered defense. Trade HP, get ward, no refunds needed. Just don't forget to sip a potion every now and then, unless you enjoy living life on 12 HP and a dream. Orion's Descent juices our intelligence stat, while letting bolts of lightning arc off our body like we are the storm's favorite child. With Lucidity Boots, we close those last pesky resistance gaps while stacking ward, even when you're standing still pretending to check your skill tree like a pro. This catalyst usually plays favorites, boosting the element you just cast while weakening the one you didn't. But here's the trick, we don't cast fire or lightning at all. So by using the fire and lightning version of this catalyst, we dodge the downside entirely and walk away with all the juicy stats like extra speed, crit, attributes and resistances. No trade-offs, just big brain energy. Welcome to a masterclass in harmony. Each piece of this build doesn't just fit, it sings. Together, they transform your character from a spellcaster into a symphony conductor of elemental chaos. This isn't your typical stand there and take it like a champ build. This is a calculated cold snap. It's finesse over brute force. It's a precision freeze. Every move is calculated, every spell is synchronized, and every blink is a statement. You don't just dodge, you freeze time along. You don't just nuke, you perform. And when it all comes together, you leave behind a trail of shadow elites, bosses, and silent arenas. Shout out to Mishka who originated this build. If you got any questions or spicy spin-offs on it, drop them in a comment below. I always respond. And until the next time, stay stylish, stay untouchable, and may your crits always be juicy.